Hi everyone, welcome to another episode for our channel. So today we'll be sharing you the step-by-step breakdown of how to get your HDB sold. So step number one is to engage us as your agent. Okay, that's it for our video today. We hope you enjoy it and look forward to our next video. Thank you very much. Okay, just joking. So back to a more serious topic. The actual step one is to check whether your HDB has actually reached its MOP. So how do you check whether it reached the MOP for your HDB, right? Is you log into my HDB page. So I'll provide the link below over here. You can log in via your SingPass and go to my flats, and under my flat there will be a flat particular. So you just follow our step-by-step screen recording, and it's very easy to determine whether your HDB has reached its MOP. Okay, so step number two is to determine the price that you can get when you sell a property in the market. So how do you determine that, right? Firstly, you can go to the link below here to check what has been transacted for the past 6 months or up to a year for units selling within, I think, 500 meters. So there you have a better gauge of the transacted prices and what the valuation will most likely be. So other than checking the past transacted, right, what I usually do is I'll usually visit the different major property portals to check out how much our neighbors or competitors are selling, because it gives us a good gauge, right? If we are selling too low or if we are selling too high. If we are selling too low, right, most likely we are shortchanging ourselves. But if we are selling too high, people will just use our unit as a show flat to close their own unit lah. Okay, then for step number three, after you determine your financials already, how the price that you want to sell, step number three is to calculate the cash proceed. Why cash proceed is important, right? It's definitely for your next move lah, if you're going to buy a next house. If not, just good to know how much CPF is going back to your account and how much cash you will be receiving back lor. So to calculate cash proceed, right, we have an example here. Firstly, you have to know how much outstanding loan do you have left. If you are using a HDB loan, most likely the outstanding loan amount, right, you can search from my HDB page as well. Just have your SingPass ready, you log in, you can see all the details there. Okay. Secondly, if it's not a HDB loan, if it's a bank loan, you can check out your monthly mortgage, your monthly bank statement, or you can just call into the relevant bank and just ask them on your outstanding amount. Okay, so first determine the selling price, your outstanding loan, and third will be how much CPF you have actually used. Okay, a lot of SingPass usage here lah. So you can log into my CPF page. Under your dashboard, right, there will be a section under home ownership. So under home ownership, right, there will be a part where they highlight how much CPF you have used and how much accrued interest is there on the CPF amount that's being used. So the total sum of CPF usage and accrued interest, right, they add up will be the sum that you need to return back to your CPF. But of course, for this amount, you have to note, even though you're returning, it's still your money lah. You can still use it for your next property purchase. So the simple formula is as such: the sale price of your property minus off outstanding loan minus off your CPF usage, CPF accrued interest, and all the other miscellaneous fee. Miscellaneous fee includes legal fee. Legal fee is only for if you have any outstanding bank loans. If you don't have any outstanding bank loans, then most likely you'll be just engaging HDB to settle all your conveyancing issue. And lastly will be those small admin fees to HDB to process the resale application and of course agent fee if you are hiring any agent. So once you have the all that, right, you will have minus all that, right, you will know the cash proceeds that you will be receiving. Okay, so sometimes it will be a negative sale. What happens if what is a negative sale is after you minus off all your other fees, outstanding, no CPF, accrued interest, right, your cash proceed is actually negative. So instead of earning money or taking cash back, right, you actually need to return that portion of money to your CPF. If you sell it at valuation or above valuation, you can actually write in to appeal to waive off this amount. But if you sold it below valuation, most likely you need to pay back in cash to your CPF account. So this brings us to the fourth step, which is registering the intent to sell. How you register the intent to sell, right? I will put a link here below as well. You can just use your, again, SingPass to log in as a seller and fill in all the relevant details. It's actually pretty straightforward. They will just ask you a few questions, like have you reached your MOP? Have you done your financial calculations? Do you have a place to stay next? And stuff like this lah, okay? And to determine whether you are ready to sell or not. Then after you have done your intent to sell, right, you can immediately post your property on for sale. But on the day you issue the intent to sell, right, you have to wait for 7 days before you can issue the option to purchase. Why is that so, right? The reason being that it's a cooling off period in the event you decide to change your mind, because sometimes we can all be fickle-minded lah. So just remember, if you want to sell a house, after you do intent to sell already, you still have to wait for 7 days before you can issue option to purchase. Okay? So number 5 is understanding the timeline. For HDB wise, right, the timeline is as follows. So day 1, right, when you issue the HDB option, buyer have up to 21 days to exercise the option. Once the option is exercised, right, both parties have up to 7 to 60 days to submit the resale application. Once the resale application is submitted, the sales completion will take around 2.5 months to 3 months. At that point of time, you will receive your cash proceeds as well. One thing to take note is for the CPF return, right, refund, right, it will take another 5 working days. So the final step, right, will definitely be the marketing of your unit. Of course, marketing, you can either do it yourself or you can engage an agent. If you want to do it yourself, by all means, you will save the agent fee lah, but the agent is there for a reason. If you do it yourself, the exposure will be lesser because you are restricted on most of the major property platforms. You can't advertise there, so the exposure will be lesser. But I will not dwell too much into it because this is not a video on why you should hire an agent to market your property for you. And of course, if you were to hire an agent, you will have saved the step 1 to 5 lah, because they will have already settled everything for you. And if you are ever looking for an agent to market your property, do reach out to us and see what or how we can help you achieve your desired price with our marketing method. So once again, thanks for watching our video. I hope that this short video is useful to you, and we managed to simplify the complicated HDB process. Watch out for our next video and remember to like and subscribe for more.